Has anyone ever told you that you're too quiet? Introverts can intrigue extroverts without even trying. They emanate a sense of mystique due to the fact that they seldom exhibit emotions through their facial expressions. And it is exactly this type of behavior that is required for commercial success. In this video, we'll be exploring 10 reasons why silent people are successful. Stay tuned till the end because our last point is truly inspiring. And make sure to subscribe and like the video so that you can learn how to achieve financial freedom. 10. They are trustworthy. According to Ernest Hemingway, the best way to find out if you can trust somebody is to trust them. People have faith in them since they are excellent listeners and have tremendous empathy for the person with whom they are conversing. They only communicate what is relevant to them and others, so establishing credibility and gaining the confidence of others. They never threaten anybody and never try too hard to impress others. They utilize straightforward expressions that are simple to grasp and facilitate the development of open interaction with the people. 9. They possess self-awareness. According to Rollo May, many people suffer from the fear of finding oneself alone, and so they don't find themselves at all. We are more confident and creative when we have a clear view of ourselves. We make better judgments, strengthen our connections, and communicate more effectively. It is less probable that we will lie, cheat, or steal. People who are used to being quiet and alone may readily gain self-awareness via self-reflection. They spend most of their time alone, which allows them to find themselves. They are aware of their strengths and flaws, which enable them to overcome their deficiencies and maximize their talents. Because of their self-awareness, they are able to form a social network with individuals who have similar interests. Self-awareness aids in development of self-control since individuals are aware of their limitations and talents. If you acquire these habits in your personal and professional life, you will gain enormous benefits. 8. They are excellent observers. During a group chat, notice the quiet one in the group. They will most likely remain silent, preferring to watch. They are taking in everything that is said and mentally categorizing it for later use. They are absorbing all of this information, and you know how it works out in the corporate world. It is a characteristic of entrepreneurs. Susan Cain, an American educator and author of Quiet, The Power of Introverts in a World That Can't Stop Talking, and Quiet Power, The Secret Strengths of Introverts, summed up this notion by stating that quiet individuals aren't antisocial, they're just differently sociable. Therefore, a quiet person is not always a wallflower, and they are not judging others when they observe a conversation from a distance. 7. They are phenomenal listeners. Since we've demonstrated that quiet individuals are excellent observers, it follows that they are also excellent listeners. Obviously, this does not imply that those who prefer to speak more are not also excellent listeners. Moreover, quiet individuals are comfortable with quietness. These are the kinds of individuals with whom you can have a beautiful meal at the dining table without feeling compelled to discuss the weather. They may communicate via means other than speech. Their silence is an instrument. Silence is neither something to be embarrassed by nor something to be avoided. Aldous Huxley said, "The more powerful and original a mind, the more it would incline towards the religion of solitude." They appreciate the depth and specificity of each problem, which intrigues them a lot. They listen to comprehend, gain knowledge, and get a suitable viewpoint. They are eager to grasp every facet of every experience they have in their everyday lives. Therefore, the profound quiet encourages people to speak less, listen intently, and get all pertinent information. 6. They are excellent planners. Quiet individuals often need more time to absorb information in their thoughts, which is why they do not engage in many conversations. Their capacity to think things through make them excellent planners. They will generate various hypothetical situations since they do not see a necessity for a person to speak much unless it is required for success in any sector. Plans must be formulated and carried out. This demands much thought and cannot be achieved by speaking alone. This individual likely has plans B, C, and complete alphabet's worth of plans in mind. Their silence affords them more time to assess the situation and absorb more information. This is why, when presented with a problem, individuals often take time to consider their options. They spend sufficient time devising a solution. They also tend to think more thoroughly, which results in more successful strategies, tactics, and plans when implemented. Therefore, introverts possess a crucial trait that extroverts lack. In addition, they never leap to ideas or conclusions without rigorous consideration. That apprehensive aspect of an introvert compels them to avoid experiencing further worry and annoyance. It is also a quality shared by all successful individuals. It compels people to prepare for every prospective threat in order to manage it. 5. They are aware of their priorities. It's interesting how a trait that is sometimes seen as negative, like being quiet, has so many good aspects. Silent folks may not be the most entertaining at gatherings, but they have their priorities in order. Some quiet individuals are successful because they know where they stand and adhere to their convictions. A person who specializes in the food and beverage sector, for instance, is aware that this is their first priority before extending into other fields. Success is more likely to arise from a constant effort and a setting of appropriate priorities. 4. They choose their words with care. If you want success but fear others will judge you negatively for being a quiet person, there's a positive element for those who prefer quietness. A competent communicator is not limited to those who like conversing. Nonetheless, quiet individuals tend to communicate less than others. To convince a new business customer, it is more tactful for them to balance their words carefully, selecting the appropriate phrases and emphasizing the key point. You spend more time as a silent person deciding what to say and what not to say. Plato once said, "Wise men speak because they have something to say. Fools because they have to say something." When a previously quiet individual eventually speaks, you and everyone else in the room recognizes that they have something significant to say. Someone who does not contribute to the discussion does not sound very successful, does he or she? Even in a business atmosphere, everyone around them is aware that an introvert will not initiate a conversation or dispute for no reason. Their contributions will be rational and valuable to the issue when they talk. Due to the rarity of this circumstance, silent individuals are likely to have choices made in their favor. At the very least, their viewpoint will be properly examined and heeded. 3. They retain only the finest employees. Introverts are prone to have a more selective social circle. They don't mind having a few pals and confidants since they are confident in their abilities. Introverted individuals value quality over quantity. Therefore, networking is still feasible despite being shy. The link between quiet individuals who network and noisy people who network is typically predetermined. An introvert business person is aware with whom he should associate. It facilitates the formation of good and meaningful connections. 2. Introverts see obscurity as a development opportunity. As introverts care less about receiving public recognition for their accomplishments, they are often less noticeable, and this does not scare them. The majority of individuals believe they feel more successful the more others recognize them. However, introverts use this anonymity to their advantage by developing and improving their talents in secret, away from the scrutiny of others. As a result, when quiet individuals reveal their innovative thoughts, it may come as quite a surprise to others around them. Confuse them with your quiet and astonish them with your achievements, as the saying goes. 1. Quiet individuals have improved attentiveness. Another superpower that appears to be more accessible to introverts than extroverts is the capacity to keep a laser-like concentration on a task. They are less prone to distraction and are able to focus on a single activity until completion. In actuality, introverts tend to avoid distractions whenever feasible. As a consequence, they are extraordinarily prolific and able to accomplish a great deal. So the next time someone tells you that you are too quiet, pay no attention. being silent, it turns out, is a very good thing. If you like this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to find out more ways you can become financially independent.